school buses, 3 school buses wide. Okay, well, do you guys remember on 9/11 when an airplane crashed in Pennsylvania? A jetliner. Remember that? It didn't kill anybody on the ground. Killed everyone on board, but it didn't kill anyone on the ground.
Yeah, I remember that. I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people are horrified by that event and probably horrified by your casual folksy reference to it. And I know that because she was at the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee, which I would say is an easy crowd for her generally. And it was silent there because what the hell are you talking about, Marjorie Greene? First of all, the boneheaded idea that because something was in the air and hit the ground and didn't kill people, thus it's always a great idea to do it is insane. But in particular, to so casually invoke one of the greatest domestic tragedies of our living memory to score a political point against Joe Biden after he literally shot it down the way you wanted him to. He just waited a little bit longer than you would have preferred is a really, really weird way to try to win over a crowd. Trey, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. Not only do I remember that, I would go so far as to say that I will never forget that happening because that's sort of the whole thing with that day. I don't think many of us are going to forget it anytime soon. Yeah, but this is what she does. That whole part of it, I felt like it was so obviously just them grasping at anything they could to go after Biden for with how he handled the first balloon scenario, because it's like so easy to understand the rationale for why he waited to shoot it down over the water. It's like a sick, my 9-year-old could immediately grasp that, and everyone can, but they got to have something to froth and rage about with anything where he's taking control of it, especially. So they went with that. And then once you decide to go with that, you got to like back up why you're so mad that he didn't shoot it down over, inhabited areas. And this is just what she landed on. It doesn't make much sense, but that's sort of par for the course for her.
Exactly. Look, and to your general point that they just need something to froth about, I 100% agree. And look, very often on this show, we're critical of them plucking nonsensical stuff from across the country to get mad about, whether it's like, the footwear on a cartoon Eminem or something. But honestly, if the alternative is these bizarre invocations of 9/11, then I would prefer that they go back to it. And I don't know what needs to happen to provide that. I don't know if maybe General Mills could put the Tricks rabbit in a belly shirt or something, like whatever it is that can get them fired up. I would really prefer that to them talking about this sort of thing.
Well, dude, you say this sort of thing. Maybe 9/11's relatively new, but like how many Holocaust analogies have you heard from them? Like during
specifically
COVID with
from
the
her
vaccines and right. Yeah, exactly. It's like they compare, it's like really the type of persecution that we conservatives are going through in this country has only been experienced during World War II. We've got it exactly as bad today as the Jews did during the Holocaust. They say with a straight face, and I don't know, even like 9/11, nothing's going to surprise me coming from them at this point is what I'm saying. And when you talk about them playing this type of card, I feel like they love to draw this card and throw it on the table.
They definitely do. So I'm not going to make the audience deal with any more of Marjorie Greene's actual audio for right now. But what I will tell you, I will remind you first of all that Marjorie Greene, before she entered Congress, she publicly doubted that a plane had actually hit the Pentagon on 9/11, and God knows what else she had to say about 9/11. If you want to find out the sort of things that she probably believed, just go on 4chan or something, and it's whatever is posted there. That's what she believed. But interestingly, we found out today, there was some breaking news, that when the F-16, which engaged one of these objects over the past few days, shot at it and shot it down. It did eventually shoot it down. The first shot missed. Now, thankfully, the missile didn't apparently cause any damage. So, hey, her hypothesis worked out. Something landed and didn't kill anyone, but it could have. And also, the missile cost $400,000. And I'll remind you, the first one wasn't hit, so they had to use other means to take it down. $400,000. Think about the good that could be done with that money. But now, because people like Marjorie Greene and Mike Pompeo and Tucker Carlson, everyone freaked out about the balloons. Now you got F-16s and F-22s crisscrossing the country looking for anything bigger than a sparrow to nuke from orbit. And every time they do that, that is costing millions of dollars. But Biden apparently feels like he has to do that now because he got criticized. And this is just a massive distraction. It's also a massive waste of money. That money, Trey, I'm sure there's a lot of different areas of the country that could desperately use that. You know, the people of East Palestine probably would love $400,000 right about now.
Right. Yeah, but like, you know, our military is spending that. They've been that way forever now anyway, spending insane amounts of money that we could use elsewhere. Like it genuinely would not surprise me if a report came out that said that they were like setting up milk jugs at the other end of the base to shoot down with those $400,000 missiles, just like because they got bored or whatever. Look, I support the troops and all that. I do. I got a lot of buddies that are troops. Don't misinterpret me. I'm just saying the DOD and their, their spend happy nature and everything has been a thorn in my side for a long time because of exactly what you mentioned at the end of that segment there, what we could use that money for otherwise.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.